Happy Saturday night. Bonjour. It's like I don't know the song, but it's fucking bomb. Like that's really funny. I guess let that song briefly serve as a reminder just to have some fucking fun and to loosen up sometimes, honey bun. Get a stick out of your ass. Okay, that's apart from the thing. But I was giggling because it's like literally every time, whenever I'm about to start recording or whatever, that's when it gets like loud outside. But nonetheless. 7 of Cups in reverse. Like, once I learn how to drive, it's over. Like, ideally, I could see myself, like, in a punch buggy or whatever they're called. Maybe yellow or pink. A yellow or pink punch bug. And I'm gonna be, like, strolling around playing my Oons Diva. Like, for real. We have the Queen of Swords. There's something about being very vigilant right now. Being very cautious. Being very aware. And when I say cautious, not in a... No. And the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Because the 7 of Cups, when that's in reverse, right? That's making a choice. That's getting out of a headspace of confusion, of uncertainty, right? And, you know, the Queen of Swords as well, too. As I said, that's a very perceptive, a very discerning kind of energy. It's an energy that's grounded and rooted in the truth, no matter how uncomfortable that may seem, right? In my other deck, it's the Queen of Swords, and it's depicted with her, like, naturally with a sword in her hand, with some blood on it, and her shedding a tear, right? You know, sometimes we're required to make choices that hurt or put us outside of our comfort zone, or sometimes sometimes we just have to make a choice that ideally we wouldn't want to, or just that really benefits us in the long run. But this doesn't feel like a bad thing or just like a kind of thing or whatever. What's the 7 of Cups in reverse about? The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like what's really happening here is really needing to make a choice now that really puts you and your needs and your priorities and all the things that you're wanting for yourself at the forefront of everything that you're doing now. Because the Queen of Pentacles, you know, sometimes it could be an over extending kind of energy, prioritizing things outside of themselves rather than themselves, and taking care of their own pentacles or something of this nature. But it's just like really needing to prioritize and put the things yourself and just the things that you're wanting and your desires and everything of this nature, like, yeah, like at the forefront. Yeah, the Queen, the Temperance card, and I keep seeing the Fool card, right? I keep seeing the Fool, and naturally the Fool's all about taking a leap, new beginnings, trusting yourself, really. Because there's also with the Temperance card, there's this understanding that by operating in such a manner as well, too, like, it really puts you like in this balanced kind of state. It's easier, sure, it might be in the moment, it might feel like a little uncomfortable or be hard to do something in a different way than you've done before, you know, that being like actually just prioritizing yourself and, you know, like putting yourself first. At first that might feel like, oh my god, like I feel like I'm being a bitch, or I feel like I'm being like, you know what I mean, like I feel like I'm being like really mean, or you feel like you're just taking up too much space or something of this nature. But over time, like, you really do see how much it kind of just like, how much peace it brings. Let me focus on the Three of Pentacles, because I haven't even been talking about the Three of Pentacles. The Empress fell out. Right, there's something about, like, what's the Three of Pentacles reverse about? The Justice in reverse. The Three of Pentacles, think of just like team player kind of vibe. And it doesn't have to be focused on like work or whatever it may be, but you see, I'm talking about like finding a sense of balance here. And then the Justice naturally being in reverse, that naturally brings up some kind of imbalance or something of this nature. You don't have to be a team player if doing so goes against your values, your ethics, your boundaries, whatever it may be. And you know, with the Three of Pentacles and the Justice both being in reverse as well too, that just kind of just feels like sometimes the people around us want us to like prioritize them when I don't know, like with the Justice, with these two both being in reverse, it just kind of just feels like not really the most genuine kind of intentions anyway. You know what I mean? Because the Justice also focuses like on truth, harmony. It's also like Libra, you know, and like Libra Venus, right? Harmony. You want the people around you or whatever, you want it to be like a harmony. Not to say that, you know, conflicts or clashes don't happen, we're human beings. But that just feels like very disingenuine or whatever. So yeah, with the Empress here, being the center of your own universe, and not in a like in a not in a like in a healthy kind of way, but you are the center of your universe, like, you know what I mean, like you are. And I think, yeah, it's just finding that balance and stepping out of kind of, with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, stepping out of allowing everything else like outside of you to be the center of your universe rather than yourself. And kind of, you know, being that for yourself, because when you recognize that for yourself or whatever too, like, what was I gonna say? When you're not so busy being concerned of, you know, trying to cater to everyone's needs or feelings or something of this nature, that energy can go into so many other beautiful, fruitful, abundant things that you want to create for yourself. And not to say that there's anything wrong with wanting to care for people and to show up for people or just bless you, BB. But all in moderate, with a perfect balance. But not everybody is like deserving of that energy. You know what I mean? Of, not to say that like that energy doesn't need to go in places where the only intention is to just really take advantage, is what I'll say. The Ten of Swords here in reverse, stepping out of a period of betrayal, backstabbing, or just feeling like you're at rock bottom, just feeling very heavy with all the swords in your back or whatever, you know what I mean? The thing is though, tens naturally focuses on cycles, right? to get out of certain cycles, situations that we find ourselves in, requires making a choice. You know what I mean? And I just saw 10-10 completion. Get one more. Four of Wands, wish fulfillment, contentment, the Lovers, the High Priestess, the Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords in reverse. All beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards, right? Your choices 100% have so much power. Like, they really do. Your choices really dictate your reality. And if you're making choices coming from a place of, with this Queen of Swords, you know, prioritizing the truth, respecting yourself, respecting your boundaries, you know, like, your reality, like, has to, like, match that, right? Not lowering certain standards all for the sake of, with the Three of Pentacles, keeping, like, pleasing people or whatever. And I don't want to focus so much, this isn't a reading, like, really focusing so much on anything external, whatever, because it doesn't really fucking matter. Naturally, the main, like, the main important thing here is just really understanding the importance and the power your choices have, and to, you know, just actively start making choices that don't keep you in a perpetual cycle of confusion or uncertainty, or making choices that continuously, like, feed an illusion, right? Because the truth is the most freeing thing, you know what I mean? It's the truth literally sets you free. And the thing is, like, it might be, like, a little comfortable, like, hurt for, like, a little bit, but that's better than being out of touch for... No, don't do that. No, ma'am. No. Thank you. Right. And I guess let's go right back to the beginning of the video with that card pulling up, playing some oons or whatever. Right? Like, that's how life should feel. Free. You know, free enough for you to get all loosey-goosey and have fun. You know what I mean? But you can't really feel like that if you're carrying the burdens of other people or everything of this nature. Have fun. But, like, yeah, your powers are very, you know. And when you start making choices, like I said, that prioritize yourself, you can put that energy and that time and whatever into the things that you really wanting to. And slowly but surely, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it may feel like it's this isn't all for nothing, you know what I mean? Or whatever. But over time, you will see the results of the choices you've been making. Like, you will. Like, don't doubt that, because, like, you will. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You will. Okay?